There's a really powerful thing that happens in group coaching. And I learned this. I was a semi-professional salsa dancer for 4 years, performed and competed in my late 20s and my early 30s. There was three main groups of people. There were the people who only took private lessons one-on-one with the director of the dance studio. And those people learned, but they didn't learn that quickly. And they usually tended to be a little bit more insecure about sharing whatever they did learn with anyone else around them because they learned it in an encapsulated environment. Then you had people who took group lessons. And in group lessons, everybody changes partners. You change partners
Yeah.
3 times with every new move made or learned. So in an hour lesson, you've gone around the room multiple times, danced with everybody, probably a dozen times. Every new move, you're dancing with 3 different partners. So each time you're learning something new, you're having that conversation, because dance is just a conversation between two bodies. You're
Mm.
having that conversation with 3 different people and seeing how it was translated by each person. And those people learned a hell of a lot faster. And then you had people who not only took the group lessons, but then went out dancing afterwards. And they applied that knowledge into the real world right away. And those people learned the fastest. I think of group coaching the same way. Yes, you can hire me to work with you one on one. But when I see the transformation the quickest in people's life, when we have conversations in community together, when we can see and hear the way that each other has interpreted the same information, because we're getting the same information, but each one of us has a unique perspective on the world and a unique set of stories that we're filtering that information through. And then when we can have that discussion, how did each one of us interpret this piece of information? Something I ask everyone who is part of group coaching to commit to is sharing. They have to share at least once throughout the conversation.
Right.
Doesn't have to be profound, and it doesn't have to be long-winded, and you're capped off at 2 minutes anyway because there's 20 people that need to share for
Yeah.
each aspect of the conversation. But by every person being heard, each person's voice is valued, and each person gets to hear that their voice and their interpretation is part of a greater conversation and is valuable, because then they get to hear how other people took in not only what I said, but what they said. And so this beautiful chorus of conversation is happening, and we learn from the way each other interprets and the way each other understands and through each other's stories. And so that for me is what's so powerful about what I do and how I choose to do it.